Welcome to the Addicts Podcast. I am one of your humble hosts, the Violence Conductor. And today we're talking about the movie that took everybody by storm, Iron Lung. Now, my understanding this was done on like $1 million crowdfund. I think it was like a budget of maybe $3 million or so. I'm not certain. But it made a bunch of money in the theaters because everyone I talked to said that this movie was amazing. Actually, let's look it up. What's Iron Lung total budget? Total budget of the movie was $3 million. Some of that I know was done via crowdfund, and it did over 50 million worldwide. So this is about as successful as an indie film as I can imagine. And my understanding is that not only was it was produced by Markiplier, shot here in Austin, Texas. That's what's up. But in addition to that, my understanding is that he distributed it as well. So when it came to negotiating the contracts with the theaters and whatever, that was him. That's my understanding. Maybe he's got a bigger organization. You know, he's got millions and millions of followers, so there's no telling how big his actual organization, the production team is. But my understanding is that he did self-distribution, and he did that. Now, there's a lot of takeaways. We'll get to those in the end. I am going to say, if you get a chance to watch the movie, support any film, watch it. If you miss it in theaters, rent it, do whatever you got to do. Don't steal the movie. Don't freaking, take the pirate hat off. Support the freaking movie, okay? I know a lot of people have arguments about that stuff, but if somebody has to create things, I need people to buy things as well, so I'm not going to try to take from other artists. So moving forward, now that my rant's over and I'm off my soapbox, I don't normally watch movies like this because it's not an action heavy movie. It's not an adventure heavy movie. It's essentially one location. Realistically, the whole thing takes place in a ship. I hope I'm not ruining this for anybody if you haven't seen it, but it is, hey man, it's been out for a while. It's on you. Okay, it's your fault. All takes place in one ship. I am not a Markiplier subscriber, I don't think. I'm not a fan of his, so this is like an untainted review. I don't have any feelings about him one way or another. I don't even know if I've seen any of his content, okay? But he did a really good job in the acting. So, dude did a good job because I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to do a project where I have to carry a whole movie where you're just looking at my face, you just hear, I'm not trying to do all that, okay? So it was very impressive what he did because he's essentially acting by himself in a ship. And it's engaging. One of the things they do that's really cool is that there's a lot of ticking clocks happening. A lot of countdowns going on. You're listening for the pressure in the ship. You're looking for any water leaks. Once it gets to a certain point, there's other things leaking, and you're keeping track of these things because you realize that there's like this is going to be a problem, right? They did a really good job setting up tension. I mean, there's a great use of music and diegetic and non-diegetic sounds to get you involved. Again, this is mostly talking and acting and emotion, and like, I'm just impressed because normally you're not going to get me to go sit down and watch this movie. If it wasn't an indie film and everybody hadn't told me how great it was and how impactful it was going to be for the culture, I probably wouldn't have caught it. I would have waited for this to come out on DVD, but this was actually worth seeing. And in the theater with the sound, it actually played out well. Towards the end, it does escalate into some body horror type stuff, and it does get a bit gory. I mean, it escalates very quickly and very brutally. So it did a really good job of that. I did not see that coming at all. And it was dope because I think like El Lamont, I don't know if Troy Baker, but there's a couple other people. I think Jason Vines was involved in this. There's a couple people who worked on it. I'm not sure if Jeff Schwan was on Iron Lung, but I think he was. I got to do a better job of checking who did it. If you did the movie or you worked on a movie, Iron Lung, comment below. Let us know. Shout out to you. Maybe we'll have you on the podcast to talk about the experience. I'm curious about how they shot. Give me some behind the scenes tidbits. But congratulations, y'all did a great job. Action stunts, there's some yanks parts like where the ship moves and he falls down and does all this other stuff. And it's pretty interesting. I mean, the story and the mystery kind of hooks you. You really want to know what's going on. It's very creepy. I don't look at it as like a traditional scary horror movie, but there's definitely a lot of horror in it. Maybe it is, but like to me, it didn't feel scary enough to do that till towards the end. So maybe if you're a big horror fan, I don't know how you're going to take this. If you're big on horror, I watch it occasionally. It's not my main thing, but if you're big on horror, let me know again in the comments below. Is this qualify as enough, or what do you think about that? I would say this is probably a solid 4 out of 5, especially considering it's indie, considering the budget, and considering what kind of constraints they're working with. And it's an adaptation, I believe, of a video game. It's impressive. Go take a look. Go check it out. I think it's really worth your time. They did some impressive work here. Again, it's not going to have as much action as I would probably prefer, but it's entertaining and it's well shot. The camera is racky. Okay? That camera is all over the place. The angles, the shot choices are interesting, but if you think about it, how else are you going to keep us engaged if you have an enclosed space? You got to do a lot in that little bit of space. They're shooting from underneath, up top, angle, and they're just cutting all over the place. And the camera's constantly rack. Whoever did that, great job pulling focus. Whoever the AC on that was, you were doing the thing. Okay, you were doing the thing. I'm impressed. And I think they did that at Troublemaker Studios. If that's the name, I thought they changed the name, but when I checked it online, it said Troublemaker Studios. So regardless of whatever it's called right now, the Rodriguez joint, that's where they did it. So I think it's worth your time. Check out Iron Lung if you got a chance. If there's any movies that have existed for a while, or you just want my take on, you guys can shoot me those things in a message. I'll watch them and I'll give you my honest opinion. You know what I mean? We can go watch some. If you say like, hey Ben, what do you think about Blade 2? I'll go rewatch Blade. And I will give you my honest critique. There's a lot of fantasy movies I'm seeing online right now, and these like 2Bs and whatnot. I'm probably gonna dig into and maybe pick out my top 5, top 10 action movies and fantasy movies that you could probably go watch for free somewhere or exist on some platform. Maybe we'll do like a best of Hulu, best of Netflix, best of Prime, best of 2B type, best of Plex type joint. I don't know. Let me know if y'all want that and we'll figure it out. Again, Ben Reddick, aka the Violence Conductor. Check us out. Don't forget that, coming up in August 14th, 15th, 16th, Austin Action Fest happening again. Get your tickets now. Actually, we still have open enrollment. What am I talking about? This is not healthcare. We still have the ability for you to submit your project for competition. So we're still soliciting projects. Go ahead and get that done. filmfreeway.com/AustinActionFest or AustinActionFest.com to kind of know what we're doing. But we have some really cool coaches coming. We're supposed to have Damon Stitt this year from Historical African Martial Arts Association. Janelle Vela Smith is going to be doing some coaching, some training, martial arts. She was with us last year as a distributor, so she'll be with us this year as a coach. I mean, she's always really a distributor because she's got that Iron Dragon TV, but she'll be doing some coaching. Remember, the reason we want you guys to come to the actual stunt intensive and the auditions, if you don't want to fight, there's still auditions. We're going to bring producers in there. We're going to have directors in there. People get to watch your auditions afterwards. We'll have sides from different projects that are available to you. You can bring a monologue if you want to do that. But the reason we want you guys to come is that you're auditioning in front of people who are making movies, and then we do, and then other people we work with produce movies. So that's who's gonna be in watching what you're doing. Not to mention, for the stunt intensive, the people you're training with, those are stunt coordinators. So we had people last year who got work from the stunt coordinators that they trained with. So we'll be doing that again this year. Don't miss that. Even if you don't want to do anything, just come hang out. It's a good place to network and do stuff. In addition to that, also remember, there's another opportunity that we have at our festival. It's what kind of sets our festival apart. This week, I sent out contact information to a sales agent for 2 of our winning projects. So I'm just saying, people, I'm trying to make these deals for y'all. I'm trying to get you guys hired, trying to get you guys paid, trying to get your films distributed. That's one of the main things about our festival. All throughout the year, we are working to try to put your stuff in front of people. When we find new opportunities, we bring it right back to our people, and we try to put you guys on. So submit, come support the festival. If you want to sponsor, shoot me an email, contact@austinactionfest.com. We can have a sponsorship discussion. We're open to that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, we have a couple new sponsors. I'm working on a new mead sponsor, and we do have ISA coming on, and we do have a new DCP sponsor. So be on the lookout for those. You'll see some stuff from us about that really soon as well. That's pretty much it. I gotta go. I will catch y'all on the next one. Again, go check out Iron Lung. Support indie film. Let's make magic happen. Keep fighting. Keep shooting.